Hi, I'm Snoozle, and I play a concerning amount of video games, and I have opinions about them that I want to share with you. Today, we are going to be talking about Assemble with Care. Oh yeah, Assemble with Care, who it's for, the best way to play it, whether I liked it or not, and just some overalls about the game in general. We are going to start off with some game stats. I got my iPad here, so let's get into what the game description is for Assemble with Care, straight from the Steam store. Repair old school objects in this cozy puzzle game. Join antique restorer Maria as she arrives in the sun-soaked town of Bellariva and set out on a journey of helping the townsfolk reconnect. It was released in March of 2020 on Steam, developed by Us2 Games. And I say on Steam because it was originally released in September of 2019 as an Apple Arcade exclusive, which we'll get into more later, but I just wanted to add that little piece of information. Anyways, it has the casual, indie, puzzle, relaxing, short, and single player tags on Steam. Let's get into some playthrough stats. So I paid $1.99 for it when it's usually $7.99. That is also important later. I beat the game in roughly 3.1 hours, and it has no replay. You play the game, it tells its story, and you're done. I got 14 out of 14 Steve achievements, as I do with most games. I played this on my Steam Deck, and I do have a little bit of a rant about playing it on the deck. When you first start out, it is not deck friendly. Upon launch, it makes you use the right trackpad and the right trigger as the controls for the game, but the left don't do the same thing. It's only the right ones. And it was just weird. It wasn't intuitive. I tried to do it, and then I was like, no, I have to go in. I have to try to fix this. But it was very easy to fix. So listen up, any deck heads out there, if you want to play Assemble with Care, all you have to do is change the joysticks to mouse joystick and change the A button to left mouse click, and it fixed the issue. It took like 2 seconds once I finally stopped being stubborn about it. So anyways, just a warning for any deck enjoyers out there that you will have to kind of 2 seconds, but make those changes. Steam Deck rant aside, let's get into what my opinion was on the game. And I will start by saying that it is positive. It is a positive opinion. Overall, I really enjoyed this game. Right off the bat, it felt like it was made with lots of love. I found the music to be so endearing. Shout out to Thomas Williams. He is the person who did all the music for it. The one song, Screws and Wires, absolute banger. It's probably going to be the background music of this video just because I love the song so much. But anyways, amazing soundtrack. The art style is adorable. A hand-drawn looking art style is going to get me every single time. And the voice acting I thought was a really nice touch. I think you can do these kinds of games without having to have anything like that, but I liked it. It had specific voice acting for each character, which really helped with immersion value. The stories of the customers are short-lived. That really puts you in a realistic, fleeting experience that you would have if you were Maria servicing these customers. If anyone's worked in retail or any kind of service job, you have very short interactions with people. Sometimes they're meaningful, sometimes they're not, but that didn't take away for the game for me. If anything, it really added to it. I mean, it was realistic. That being said, this is marketed as a puzzle game, and I didn't find the puzzles to be particularly challenging, but I saw them more serving as the stories themselves rather than just standalone puzzles on their own. The belongings of the people you're interacting with and what is wrong with those belongings, the origin of those belongings, all of those things. They give a deeper meaning to the story, a peek behind the curtain, so to speak, as to what's going on in their lives. Just felt exactly like why Maria says what she does in the story. I thought it was really beautifully done. It really even had a story with the main character that was relatable. I found Maria's story to be relatable. All of it. There is a real beauty of having your own story and your own emotions be influenced by those around you, even if it's just a fleeting experience with a stranger, as the start of this game feels. There is just something so incredible that it is just a huge part of human connection. This game captures that aspect of humanity so well. Captures it so well. This game is human through and through. That being said, to me, as a result, this really felt more like a visual novel than like a full-on puzzle game. It is really important because if you're going into this viewing it as just a puzzle game, or you're looking for like a little to the left, something like that, that's not what you're getting. You're getting Oh, she's got things to say. You really have to take this story for what it is and handle it with care, just like you're handling these people's belongings with care and fixing them up. That being said, I played this game late at night before I went to bed, knowing it was a shorter story. I just kind of wanted to escape into something, feel accomplished by something, and I went to sleep feeling warm and satisfied. The one thing I will say is I would have loved to explore more stories. I would have loved to see Maria going home to her parents and maybe working in the antique shop for a while, or, you know, going to a new city and assembling more items there and getting to know another group of people from another culture. You know, I think this could have really been expanded upon. It's worth saying that I think the hallmark of a good game is wanting more. So anyways, that is how I felt about the game. Let's talk a little bit about some community complaints. What are the people saying? What are the people thinking? What are the people feeling? I'm going to tell you. The first community complaint is that it is really short. In my opinion, that is totally okay if you know what you're getting into when you get into it. And I say that because on the Steam store page, it does have the short tag. It is clear right up front for eyes with willing to see it. It's short, and that's okay. I want to bring back in the fact that this was originally released as an Apple Arcade exclusive. This was originally released to be played on your cell phone, and I think that knowledge of then having it ported to Steam for, you know, comprehensive PC gaming, that adds a layer to things here as to why it might be designed the way that it is. But overall, I felt like it was still long enough to have the stories be impactful. It was still long enough for me to feel immersed and for me to get attached to the characters and root for their stories to end positively. So it was short, but it was long enough for what it was trying to do. I'm cool with it, but I see why you wouldn't be if you were expecting something long. The next community complaint is that the puzzles aren't difficult and it is really story heavy for a puzzle game. And I totally agree. As I kind of said earlier when I was giving my opinion on the game, it felt way more to me like a visual novel than a proper full-on puzzle game, right? I already said that before we even got into this complaint. Ultimately, I could see how you would be disappointed as a puzzle gamer expecting something completely puzzle focused. I think it's really about, I would say, like 50-50 story based versus puzzle based, and it's arguable that even the puzzles themselves are telling the story. So I loved it though. I'm a big tinkerer. It felt perfectly proportionate, but I also went into it with no expectations. I went into it knowing it was short, wanting it to be short, just wanting a little bit of escapism, a good story, some good feels, and I got that. I found that. All that to say, what is the best way to play this game? Should you play it? Is the game for you? Let's get into it. My take is that Assemble with Care is best played late at night when the world is quiet and you want to hold something gently instead of conquer or win. If you make a little space, take your time, and treat each repair like you're helping a person rather than fixing an object, you slowly piece together the lives and the attachments to those items. If you want to feel like you helped someone and you're in the mood for something intimate and human rather than challenging, this is exactly the game for you. So what I'm really getting at there is this game is intimate. This game is human. It's hand-drawn. There's voice acting. It's made with love. It tells a very human story with amazing views on human connection. I mean, sometimes that is really what we're looking for. At least it was what I was looking for when I picked this game up. All that to say, that's the best way to play it, but who is the game for? If you're a hardcore puzzle gamer and you're looking for a hardcore puzzle moment, this is not that. But if you're looking for something cozy, you just want to curl up and do a short, quick little story, you're into the visual novel genre, but you lack, you know, something to take over the brain, I think this is perfect for you. Jumping back to the point that it was an Apple Arcade exclusive, this game would be amazing to just lay in bed and pull up on your phone and play through it and live in this story for a little bit. You know, this game is ultimately for people that just want to live with a story, occupy their brain with a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a tinker moment. But if you're a hardcore puzzle gamer, not for you. Come to this game looking for a story, stay for the engagement of the puzzles, and just be human. Anyways, I don't like rating games because while not every game is for everyone, every game is for someone. This game was definitely for me. And this game was definitely for me, but I want to hear about if it was for you. Have you played it? Did you like it? What were your qualms with it? Do you want to play it? Pick it up on sale if you do. Regardless, I want to talk to you. I want to hear what you're thinking, what you're saying. If you got any more questions for me, talk to me in the comments. I will talk. I love to talk, obviously. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.